Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Lakers fans are hoping for a happy ending to their series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The current NBA is very competitive, and for a team to go further, it is necessary to make adjustments. In the case of our Lakers, they lack size and more efficiency in defense. Coach J.J. Redick has been trying to correct these flaws. For the next season, signings will be made to make the roster very strong so that Luka Doncic can shine and be a champion. Lauri Markkanen is the Lakers' target to build a super team. The Los Angeles Lakers picked up a massive 94-85 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 2 of their first-round postseason matchup on Tuesday night, as Luka Doncic and LeBron James combined for 52 points, 23 rebounds, and 16 assists to help even the series at 1-1. The Lakers managed to pull away from Minnesota from the outset despite a lack of offensive help outside of their star trio of Doncic, James, and Austin Reeves. Dorian Finney-Smith's 7 points in 39 minutes off of the bench and Gabe Vincent's 6-point outing led their reserves in the important win. With the team leaning more than ever on the production of their top-end talent, it's possible that Los Angeles's general manager Rob Pelinka could look to add yet another superstar into the fold this offseason. In an effort to lead the storied organization to another NBA championship victory, Pelinka could hypothetically offer up an enticing package to the Utah Jazz to acquire their versatile scorer at the power forward position, Lauri Markkanen. By throwing together the salaries of Rui Hachimura, Maxi Kleber, Jared Vanderbilt, and the number 17 overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft Dalton Knecht along with first-round draft capital, the Lakers could pull off a stunning trade to partner Doncic and James with another incredible offensive force. At just 27 years old, Utah's 2023 Most Improved Player Award winner and All-Star has developed into an efficient floor-spacing big man, as he contributed 19.0 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 1.5 assists for a dreadful 17-65 Jazz squad this season. Though his numbers have taken a slight dip since his 25.6-point campaign in 2022-23, it could be attributed to the organization's efforts to tank for the hopeful number 1 overall choice in the 2025 NBA Draft. If paired with the Lakers' generational duo for the 2025-26 season and beyond via trade, it's likely that the athletic 7-foot combo forward could help lead the team to placement as a top 3 seed in the West for the better part of the next half-decade. The Finnish superstar would be able to act as an incredible catch-and-shoot option, as he sports a 37.1% career shooting clip from distance. Markkanen could also partner with either Doncic or James as a wonderful pick-and-roll screener and lob threat due to his length and leaping ability. While the odds of Markkanen landing with Los Angeles may be slim, Utah could easily look to ship the rising star out in exchange for expiring contracts, prospects, and draft capital to continue their long-winded rebuild. Rob Pelinka reacts to signing extension with Lakers. While the Los Angeles Lakers are currently focused on their first-round series against the Minnesota Timberwolves, off the court, they recently signed Rob Pelinka to a contract extension. Not only did Pelinka receive an extension, but he was promoted to president of basketball operations in addition to his general manager title. Pelinka has been a member of the Lakers family for a while, having been Kobe Bryant's agent. And while he is excited about this extension, he knows there is more work to be done, as he said in an interview with Spectrum Sportsnet. It's all about the work. That's what we're paid to do, and Jeannie Buss is the greatest governor in the game, and to be able to work with her every day and work for our fans, that's what we're about. Pelinka has had an up-and-down tenure since taking over as Lakers general manager, but there's no denying the last year has been an exceptional one for him. He hired J.J. Redick as the new head coach, and then his first trade was bringing in a 3-and-D wing in Dorian Finney-Smith at minimal cost. Then, of course, the big move was trading for Luka Doncic and securing the organization's long-term future. Pelinka is right though that there is more work to be done this offseason, as the Lakers will need to make moves to form their roster around Doncic. In the meantime though, they are trying to make a postseason run with a roster built on the fly after the unexpected trade for Doncic. Jeannie Buss trusted Rob Pelinka with hiring of Lakers coach J.J. Redick. One of the reasons Rob Pelinka earned an extension is because he nailed the head coaching hire last offseason by bringing in JJ Redick. And Jeannie Buss recently revealed that was Pelinka's decision and she put full trust in him during the coaching search. When the decision was made to part ways with Darvin Ham, I said to Rob, I want you to go and find a coach that really kind of meets how you look at the process and really complements your style. And think differently. You don't have to do the standard retread of a coach. Not that that's a problem, but I just wanted him to have the freedom to search out, Buss recently said. And he, after doing his work, came back to me and JJ was really resonating with him and their conversations. It was really just relying on Rob and believing in what Rob's vision was for this team and him doing the homework and him coming up with JJ as the right candidate. And what I did was talk to people about the things that I was concerned about, meaning a first-year coach. I don't want to keep having to change coaches if things don't work out. I want somebody for the long run, somebody that has a vision of the kind of team that he wants to run, and I just kept getting such good feedback about JJ. And so I was eager to meet him in person. I had never met him. But really my confidence was in Rob Pelinka and believing and knowing that he could lead this team and that he should have the opportunity to have a coach that really reflected his vision for what Laker basketball could be. NBA rumors suggest the Clint Capella sweepstakes are on. One could definitely argue that Miles Turner, Naz Reid, and Brook Lopez are all better fits for the Lakers in the 2025 free agency period. However, the big issue with those players would be whether Rob Pelinka could afford to bring them to Los Angeles on a deal that would work for the team. That should not be a major issue with Capella. While the Atlanta Hawks center remains productive, averaging 8.9 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 1.0 block per game, the Swiss big man should not break the bank for the Lakers. They should theoretically be able to land him on a very affordable deal. This will be especially true if the words of Drew Hanlen, a renowned NBA trainer, are to be believed. While on the subject of believing someone's words, Michael Scotto recently dropped his latest offering of NBA intel. In that roundup, the NBA insider revealed that Capella is trending away from staying in Atlanta. Scotto wrote, after being benched in favor of Onyeka Okongwu and dangled in trade talks before the deadline, the early expectation is Hawks center Clint Capella will sign elsewhere in unrestricted free agency this summer, league sources told Hoops Hype. 3 things the Lakers proved in their big Game 2 win over the Wolves. We have ourselves a series. The first thing that comes to mind when most NBA fans think of the Los Angeles Lakers is an aesthetically pleasing brand of basketball. From Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's skyhook, to Magic Johnson tossing no-look passes on the fast break, to Kobe Bryant throwing alley-oops to Shaquille O'Neal, the Lakers have always been a franchise with big stars and big highlights. With Luka Doncic and LeBron James leading the way this year, that much is still true. But after a dispiriting Game 1 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in which the Lakers only managed to score 95 points at home, it immediately became clear that LA wouldn't be able to showtime their way through this postseason. The Lakers have not traditionally been known as a team that's comfortable winning ugly, but that's exactly what they did on Tuesday night. This time, 94 points was enough to win, as their greatly improved defensive effort held the Wolves to 85 points, their lowest point total of the year. The Lakers have been through the ringer this season. They've dealt with injuries and some pretty seismic roster changes, but have consistently improved since opening night. You never know what a team is really made of until they get put in a do-or-die situation though, and although technically Game 2 wasn't a must-win, the fact that NBA teams go on to lose the series 92.6% of the time when falling in 0-2 hole means it's the next best thing. Lakers fans should take heart in how tough their team played last night. The Wolves looked like the athletically superior team in Game 1, but nearly everything Minnesota did well the first time around, LA neutralized in Game 2. Let's look at 3 things the Lakers proved in evening the series up. JJ Redick is not overmatched. One of the concerns heading into this series was that the Lakers were going to have to find out the hard way that coaching experience matters in the playoffs. Chris Finch led the Wolves to the Western Conference Finals last year while JJ Redick was doing podcasts. Even though Redick has drawn rave reviews for the job he's done in his rookie season, the playoffs are different, which is why we named that experience edge as one of the reasons Lakers fans should be worried heading into this series. Those fears weren't allayed in Game 1, as the Lakers failed to make any meaningful adjustments on their way to a 22-point loss. How would Redick respond with a few days off to right the ship? Very well, it turns out. The job began in the immediate aftermath of Game 1, when Redick challenged his team in his post-game press conference by saying they didn't seem like they were physically ready. It continued in practice on Monday, which LeBron called one of the best they've had all year. Then in Game 2, Redick tore into the team when they began to lose their grip on the game, asking them, "What the F*** are you guys doing?" during a third-quarter timeout, as reported by ESPN's Dave McMenamin. Redick hit the right emotional buttons with his guys, but his coaching ability also shone through with how the Lakers were able to turn around nearly every disastrous category from Game 1. They held Minnesota to only 6 fast break points in Game 2, 19 fewer than in Game 1. They turned a -6 rebounding disadvantage into a +7 win. The Wolves made 21 threes in Game 1 to account for more than half their points, but the Lakers made it a priority to guard the perimeter in Game 2, and the result was only 5 makes on 25 attempts. Redick will need to continue to evolve and adjust as the series goes on, but the way he responded to his first bout of postseason adversity shows that he's not in over his head. Luka Doncic is still the best player in this series. Basketball is a team game, but the team with the best player still usually comes out on top. The Lakers were favored heading into this series because even though Anthony Edwards is an ascendant talent, LA has Luka Doncic. Yes, it still feels strange to say that, but that makes it no less awesome. Edwards isn't one to back down from anyone, Luka included, but the former Maverick showed in Game 2 that when he's at his best, even Ant-Man can't touch him. For the second game in a row, he led both teams in points, but whereas he registered only 1 assist to go with his 37 points in Game 1, on Tuesday night he dished out 9. Luka's 9 dimes led both teams, and just for good measure, he also grabbed 12 rebounds, which were also a game high for either side. Edwards led the league in 3-point makes this season, and he's one of the most explosive athletes in the league, but even he can't exert total control over a game the way Luka can. Luka was able to get any shot he wanted for himself and his teammates all night, and he also got to the line again and again, making all 11 of his attempts there. When the Lakers traded for Luka, it was seen as a move that would clear a path to high-level contention for the next decade. This year was more up in the air, as it's always difficult to integrate a player, no matter how great he is, at the trade deadline. While it hasn't totally been smooth sailing, there's no doubt that with Luka, the Lakers are a bigger threat to make a deep playoff run than they were with Anthony Davis, even with just over 2 months to get him and the team on the same page. The Lakers can win even when they can't outscore teams. Going into the final days of the regular season, there were several possibilities for who would get the number 6 seed and meet the Lakers in the first round. Of all the options, the Wolves might have been the toughest draw for LA, because not only have they been playing great basketball down the stretch, they're uniquely suited to give the Lakers problems, especially with their defensive ability. Counting games 1 and 2, the Lakers and Wolves have now met 6 times this season. In 4 of those games, the Lakers have failed to crack the 100-point mark, a shocking stat in today's NBA for anyone, let alone a team that can fill it up like the Lakers with their trio of scorers and playmakers in Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. To get to round 2, the Lakers know that they're not going to simply be able to outscore the Wolves. Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and Jaden McDaniels are too good on the defensive end to allow that. That means that LA is going to have to do the little things to win, and Game 2 showed that they're capable of doing that. We went over some of those things when talking about the job Redick did, but at the end of the day, it's up to the players to give the effort. Rui Hachimura best exemplified that, as he briefly left the game after slamming his face on the floor. When he returned, he had a mask on, but he quickly ditched it and carried on anyway. His defensive effort throughout the game was key, and Redick praised him for his toughness afterwards, calling him a warrior. As Jackson Hayes has fallen out of favor in the final month of the season and into the playoffs, he's played just 17 minutes combined in both games. Rui is a guy that the Lakers have leaned on to hold down the fort inside, even if he has to play out of position as a small ball center. He did his job on Tuesday. Edwards and Julius Randle combined for 52 points, about 5 above their average, but the rest of the Wolves all failed to reach double figures.